Growing up, I have been very dependent on those around me. My first day of kindergarten, like most kids, I struggled with being away from my parents. I will never forget that day, as my kindergarten school picture shows the truth. My eyes are all red and puffy, and my smile is definitely fake. Luckily, like all kids, after a week or so of school, I adjusted to the atmosphere and no longer missed home and my parents as much. Most of my adolescence was fairly happy, as there were no huge changes in my life. However, that all changed when I moved away for college. I was put into a completely new atmosphere, and I didn't know anyone. Luckily, all of the other freshmen were in the same position as me. Homesickness is extremely common in college, but it is not something many people talk about outside of college itself. The first month of college, I struggled with finding something to rely on. I realized that in high school and throughout my childhood, I was very dependent on my parents, and being put into a situation where I didn't see them regularly upset the balance of how I had lived my life. I couldn't go home every night to eat dinner or hang out with them because I lived an hour away. And this kind of brings me to the turning point of my life. At first, I tried replacing my parents with people, specifically friends, which worked for a time, but then I realized that after college we would all go our separate ways, and I would be in the same situation again. And frankly, I didn't want to be. I needed something that I could rely on no matter where I was at in life. And that something turned out to be my faith. It came as a thought to me at the beginning of the school year, but didn't manifest until a friend asked me about my faith. His question was, "Are you a Christian?" And I discovered in that moment that I wasn't certain. I grew up going to church, and at some points in my life, of course, I would consider myself a Christian. But when he asked me that question, I didn't know the answer. And I didn't know. I felt like I had lost it. And I almost never thought of my faith outside the times when I was actually in church, which at that time of my life was not often. So with my friend's invite, I started going to church again, and something amazing happened. I realized that this was what I had been missing, the thing to rely on that I had been searching for. My faith gave me something to rely on, no matter what, at a time when I struggled to ground myself. Knowing that Jesus died for us simply because of his love and compassion for everyone amazes me. And I can put my faith into him in good times or in bad, no matter where I'm at in life. It was at this time that I truly received Jesus, not only as someone to look up to and hear about at church, but as my Savior. And I know now that I can rely on my faith no matter what. And when I'm put in hard situations, I have something to ground me and lean on. And that it truly is something that's a big part of my life and that I can rely on no matter what, even when no one is there.